Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Sword, the Crown Tundra expansion. I'm Nye, and we are going after the final Pokemon that we have to do. This is going to be the actual montage-y episode where I go after things. We are currently in the wild area. I had to, in Balamir Lake specifically, I had to kind of hunt around looking and trying to hope for certain weather. And we wanted this one, which is kind of harsh weather, so I've been just kind of checking this on and off over the past couple of days. And harsh weather allows me to do, harsh sunlight allows me to specifically go after this jerk, Magmar. I actually need two different pokes that I will find here in harsh weather. I do want Magmar, which I will go grab right now. And Magmar will allow me to breed and get Magby, which is just the child version of it. But I also need Magmortar, and Magmortar can be traded using a Magmarizer. Allows you to trade a Magmar and turn into a Magmortar. The problem with that is that does require me to trade it, and I would rather not do that. But the good news is that this is going to be a little bit risky because I have to pull out Aegislash, which is weak to fire. So hopefully we won't have a problem here. But we're going to be, picking up this Magmar, mostly because Magmar happened to be here. But we're also going to be looking around for a Magmortar somewhere, which we'll hopefully find one. Gotten a little bit lucky with these paralyzed procs. Okay, you are a Magmar. You are not a legendary. Can you not break out of an Ultra Ball? Come on. Come on. Lovely. Okay, so there's my Magmar. So that is one of my major things that I'm searching for. Still going to be looking out for that Magmortar, though. I'm going to take a quick glance around while still recording, but if I don't find it... Magmar, the Spitfire Pokemon. Magmar dispatches its prey with fire, but it regrets this habit once it realizes that it has burned its intended prey to a charred crisp. So that's to the box. There's the Magmortar. It's just literally right here. So this is what I was looking for. This is the real one. So this just means that I will not need to deal with Magmarizer, deal with that trading, none of that nonsense, which is super solid for me. Let's go ahead and do the exact same thing. So we're going to really hope for a very similar type of luck when it comes to Paralyze. Go ahead and pull out my Aegislash. Okay, so that was the first three, really. I say it's first three because what we really needed was, Magmar, Magmortar, but also Magby, which is just, you just breed Magmar. So I'll be messing around with eggs a little bit later on because I also have to get Smoochum off of breeding Jinx. We also need Kabuto from breeding Kabutops. So I've got a bunch of breeding I have to do. But we also have another poke that I'm going to be on the lookout for. Ooh, crit capture. Nice. Please actually catch her. Lovely. Okay, so got very lucky there. I was able to get my Magmortar. So the next step, unfortunately, is Magmortar, the Blast Pokemon. When Magmortar inhales deeply, the fire burning in its belly intensifies, rising in temperature to over 3,600 degrees Fahrenheit. So the next thing I have to do is I have to get lucky again, and I have to wait until this area either has a lightning option, or I need to change the date, which is what I'm going to do. We're not waiting for that. So we'll go ahead and change dates like I did before, and I will catch you guys in a second. Okay, and I'm back. I was able to get us a Thunder Weather. And right over here, here is my Electivire. Now, unfortunately, very similar to some of the Pokemon we've seen in the past, Electivire being an electric Pokemon means that, unfortunately, Emolga is no longer useful for us. It is not going to be able to actually do the job I need it to do. It just doesn't have the ability to paralyze something. Go ahead and make some room. Spiritomb does have Hypnosis, so we're going to go ahead and pull Spiritomb in instead. pull out my boys here. And then, just because I happen to have this slot open here, we'll go ahead and toss these guys here. Okay. So we'll have to deal with them later. Okay, so what we are looking for here is, go ahead and do some restoration. Full restore. Restoration. Full restore. Cool. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to lead with Aegis Slash here. And we're going to immediately bring Electivire down to 1 HP, and then we'll swap over to Spirit Tomb and try to put it to sleep. I still kind of would like to see an Electabuzz. Just so I don't have to, like, breed an Elekid and then get my Electabuzz. We'll see how lucky I get, though. Yeah, Kick Impact does not affect ghosts, buddy. Okay, so could just throw balls. I'm thinking about just throwing balls. There's also the... Okay, cool. That was a crit cap. Just give it to me. No! God damn it, that was a crit capture. Come on. Why would you do this? Why would you deprive me of a crit capture? Go on. Come on. Cool. So that takes care of Electabuzz. Or Electivire, rather. We're going to go take a quick ride around the lake. We're going to keep an eye out for a potential Electivire, the Thunderbolt Pokemon. The amount of electrical energy this Pokemon produces is proportional to the rate of its pulse. The voltage jumps while Electivire is battling. Okay, so we're just going to keep an eye out for you. Cool. So that's going to be Electabuzz, so all I have to do is just do some breeding, which is fantastic. So I have 1, 2, 3, looks like 4 Pokemon I need to do some breeding on. Still got to get our Crobat, so we're not quite done there, but hopefully a lot of the running around we've been doing is going to really get that Crobat happy with us. And then there's also, of course, the opportunity for us to see... to see a little bit more than that. We might get lucky and, ooh, hey. Might get lucky and get that Crobat to level up immediately, or to evolve immediately. Okay, so Electabuzz did not want to cause me problems, which is incredibly appreciated. So there's Electabuzz, who is the electric Pokemon. Many power plants keep ground-type Pokemon around as a defense against Electabuzz that comes seeking electricity. Neat. Okay, let's go back to our bag. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to go... I can't give it stuff because it won't have any effect. Which kind of sucks. Okay, let's just try leveling it up. See, is it ready to evolve? Nope. Okay, don't know what I want to do about this, unfortunately. Okay, I have to run around a bunch anyways to do my hatching. So it doesn't actually end up mattering all that much because of what I have to work on. So I'm going to go ahead and go do the breeding that I have to do. So let's see, we need Magmortar. I need Jinx. Here's the... Supposedly, I have a Kabutops somewhere. Where I have it. Search. Box list. Hiding over here. Interesting. I must have just not realized that this was the only one I had. Okay. So I'm going to go work on these 4. When I actually have... Oh, you know what I also need? I also need a Pokemon with the ability Lame Body. You know what? Volcarona, you're going to help me out here. Magmortar also has it, but I like Volcarona better. Okay, I'm gonna go do this. So it's gonna take some time. I will resume recording once I have all 4 eggs and I'm ready to go, and then we'll go from there. Okay, folks, it is egg hatching time. So we have 4 eggs to hatch. Let's get right to it. So, hatching these eggs is going to do a couple things for me. Number 1, it's going to get me the 4 Pokemon that we're missing. It's going to get me my Magby, my Elekid, my Smoochum, and my Kabuto. So it's going to take care of those for me. It's also going to allow me to do a lot of movement. And movement, when you have a Pokemon, does gradually increase the Pokemon's affection for you. Increase their happiness. And I also have a Soothe Bell on this Golbat. So that's going to definitely help. There's my first one. There's my Elekid. So, when a storm approaches, this Pokemon gets restless. Once Elekid hears the sound of thunder, it gets full-on rowdy, the electric Pokemon. There's the first one. Only 3 more. There's number 2. They're probably going to hatch in the order I actually picked them up, honestly, so this should be Magby. Yep, there it is. We got our Magby. This is Magby, the live coal Pokemon. This Pokemon is still small and timid. Whenever Magby gets excited or surprised, flames leak from its mouth and nose. 2 more. Next one should be Smoochum. I wish I could, like, I keep on wanting to press buttons to, like, make the bike jump, and it just don't do that. Okay, unfortunately, Smoochum and Kabuto did take a while to give me eggs. For some reason, I don't know really why that was the case. Okay, so this should be Smoochum. Thankfully, when you have the egg charm, it does not take terribly long for stuff to hatch. There we go. There's my Smoochum. This is the Kiss Pokemon. If its face gets even slightly dirty, Smoochum will bathe immediately. But if its body gets dirty, Smoochum doesn't really seem to care. Okay, we have 1 more that needs to hatch. It's going to be my Kabuto. That will be the last of what I have to hatch. I didn't really even have to hatch a Kabuto. It just so happened that I had a Kabutops, and it was easier to hatch than to catch. Same thing with Smoochum and Elekid and the rest. I could have actually just gone and caught them, but it was just kind of easier to do it this way. There it is. The Shellfish Pokemon. This species is almost entirely extinct. Kabuto molt every 3 days, making their shells harder and harder. That's a lot of molting. Okay. So let's go ahead and put all of these pokes away. So there's my Elekid. There's my Kabuto. There's my Smoochum. And my Magby. And the Magmortar can go away too. So, real question is, actually really the only question is my Golbat, ready? Like, is it ready to go? Let's go ahead and go into the bag, and let's toss another EXP candy at it. Oh, damn. Okay. That is kind of irritating, and I'm kind of amazed at the fact that I have not gotten it set up yet. Let me think. Are there any other options on them? I mean, I can... Do I have any of the berries that increase friendship? More friendly. Okay. I don't really care about a lot of this. We don't care about its stats. All we care about is it ready to evolve or not? There we go. Okay, and here goes our Crobat. That took a while. I'm very surprised. Okay. This is the Bat Pokemon. Both of its legs have turned into wings. Without a sound, Crobat flies swiftly towards its prey and sinks its fangs into the nape of its target's neck. The Bat Pokemon. And Crobat wants to learn Cross Poison, might as well. Okay. So that is everything I'm able to do in Pokemon Sword at this point. No, can't really do much more than that. So when I next see you guys, I'm going to be in Pokemon Shield, where I have an awful lot of work I have to do. Let's go ahead and put the held item. Okay, so I got an awful lot of work I gotta go do in Shield, so I'm gonna go ahead and get right to it. When I catch you guys next time, I will be in Shield picking up a dragon and then 2 legendaries. Catch you in a second. I figured now would be a great time to have a small diversion. I'm playing through on Shield, trying to get a couple things knocked out, set up for going after all the legendaries. And one of the things I wanted to do is get my Kubfu and then evolve it with the alternate version that we did. We did water originally, so now we're going to do darkness. I figured you guys want to see what this looks like. I haven't had a chance to look at it myself. Spent a good couple of hours setting up for this, actually. I didn't really have a Pokemon in Shield capable of really doing captures and stuff like that. I did transfer over the my capture Pokemon, my capture team, to make that easier. But I also wanted to make sure I had some good fighting pokes. So I did, I did do some work in like a Crown Tundra in some max rate adventures, catching some stuff in there. So Kubfu is now Urshifu, and we do have the single strike style. Inhabiting the mountains of distant region, this Pokemon races across sheer cliffs, training its legs and refining its movements. We haven't seen this version yet. Wants to learn Wicked Blow. which, that's the dark... It always results in a critical hit. That's kind of amazing. We're gonna go ahead and just, place the one that, if I get hit, screws me over. Gave me a lot of trouble. I had to actually do this tower twice. Okay. Be dark. Okay. Okay. That's all said and done. I still have a couple things I need to knock out with this version of Urshifu. But then we're going to go ahead and kind of move on. I'll be catching you guys in the Crown Tundra in just a minute in order to capture the remaining pokes that we're looking for. Alright. Several hours later, I have planted my ice carrot. I'm keeping an eye out. I can't remember. I think there was a cutscene here that shows the steed. So recording now, just in case the steed actually shows up. There it is. This is what the ice steed looks like, apparently. Interesting. Okay. I love the look on Calyrex's face here. All right. I don't really expect much to be different here in any way. But we might as well just kind of follow along, you know, watch this again, I guess. Been kind of doing a lot of stuff. I've gotten 2 of the Reggies taken care of. Man, they were both pains in the butt. So 2 of the Reggies taken care of already. Did this. Trying to knock out as much as I can. But it does look like kind of much the same cutscene. I'm interested in that the side of the ice one that is frozen is the side that on the ghost one is the only side with an eyeball. Gotta admit, I do like the ghost one better. Okay, so we're just gonna switch right over to Aegislash and just own this thing. It is ice, so one good, ow. One good Sacred Sword should take care of this thing. As you can see, my Aegislash has gained a couple of levels. Wait, man, one didn't take care of it. But I don't expect there to be much difference in the remainder of this section of the game. So I really just want to show this to you so you guys can see, I guess, what the difference was in that cutscene. You know, obviously not much difference except for the character model of the ice steed here. Nice. Should be Nace, I think, but I like rating that a little bit differently, maybe. But yeah, nothing really changing here. It looks like. I do like that its Pokemon sound is brr and night and ice and all that stuff. Okay. Yeah, not much difference here. So I think we'll go ahead and, you know, hold off recording more for the time being, because I still have more to accomplish. I haven't actually gone up to the shrine up top, so we're kind of doing this in a slightly different order. We got white hair this time. White mane hair. It's really the only difference there. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and stop in just a second, and then I will pick you guys back up. I'm gonna kind of do all of the Calyrex thing in one fell swoop, and then I will go take care of the the final several Pokemon that we have to catch, and of course the Reggie that we're missing. Catch you guys after the break. All right. So we're up here at Freezy Peak, or whatever you want to call it. And I put our Ice Root Carrot. That's a very distinctly different look than the Ghost Carrot was. Put our carrot in. The time has come, human child. Blah 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 blah. So I forgot that as part of this expansion, PNE does give you a Master Ball. So I have a Master Ball for Calyrex. I'm not going to even bother trying to deal with him. But I thought we would be, have a little bit of fun and actually watch this cutscene. I'm imagining this looks identical to the last one, just with a different model for the steed. But should be interesting to take a look at. Out goes Calyrex. What's kind of interesting is the reins look the same, even though, it's white hair instead of dark hair. You can do it, little furball. Hi-ho, Silver! Away! Ooh, interesting. Calyrex. It looks like Calyrex's cloak might be a slightly different. No, never mind. No, maybe it is slightly different. I have to go look for the comparison. But there you go. Okay, so we have our Ice Calyrex available to us. Now I just need to catch it. Oh, the peony is so focused on the fact that there's this just giant head here. I also appreciate that Calyrex doesn't immediately possess him here, and oh wait, there we go. Okay. And Eco Zoom. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to even bother. We're not going to even make the attempt here. Like, it's just not worth it. Yes, we're going to ready our Pokeball. But I have a Master Ball, so I'm not going to even bother with this crap. I'm just not doing it. It's just not worth the effort. I feel the same way about, like, Mewtwo and such. So it's two abilities. It has Unnerve, so that's from Calyrex. But what about... I don't know what the other ability is. Okay. Pokeball. Master Ball, go. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. So, we get Ice Calyrex, which is deep. I appreciate the fact that it exists. So now we have the Psychic Ice, the High King Pokemon, the Ice Rider. It's said that this Pokemon once moved a large forest, and all the Pokemon living there, to a new location overnight. No. Cool. So Calyrex is now with me. No, human child. No, I shall refer to you by your name now. 1. Remember, this was a speedrun file. Okay. So that's all done. We have just a couple things left to do on this file, which I'll be heading down to do right now. So I got Calyrex. I have to go grab the last of the Reggies, and then go pick up the full-size Reggie. And while I'm at it, I have to keep an eye out for a poke. I gotta keep an eye out for a Gabite. Not 100% sure where they are. It looks like, actually, I notated down that the Gabite actually should be in here. Let's just go search for that real quick. I actually kind of breezed and blazed through this section, so I didn't really bother looking for it, so I probably just missed them. Now, one thing I do have to figure out is where to get an Everstone. I have to actually go look that up. They spawn all over the place, so it shouldn't be hard to find one, but unfortunately, I don't think I have one on this file. Because it was just never important to have an Everstone for any reason in the speedrun. No, that's not the right poke. Come on, Gabite, where are you hiding? I'm seeing, you know, a variety of pokes I don't care about. Can you show me the one that I do care about? That's a Garchomp, so that's reasonably good enough. We might as well just go pick that up. So this is the tier 3. This is the Garchomp. Actually, we're not looking for a Gabite. We're looking for a Gibble. Or a Gibble, or however you want to pronounce that. The only problem with this is that, if I remember correctly, this particular Dragon series is ground-based. So if Garchomp gets it in its head to throw a ground-based thing at Aegislash here, we might be in serious trouble. The other problem is I'm going to have a little bit of trouble actually leveling up Gibble if we happen to get a Gibble. Because this file actually doesn't have level up candies. I actually had the devil's time actually leveling up my my Kubfu, so that way it could actually accomplish the tower. Okay. So there's my Garchomp. Neat. Yeah, I had to go and do a bunch of Dynamax dens just to get the stuff. This is Garchomp, the Mach Pokemon. Garchomp is fast, both underground and above. It can bring down prey and return to its den before its body has chilled from being outside. There's my Garchomp. We are still looking for the lower tier evolutions. Hopefully we will see one. There's the Magmarizer to get yourself a thing. Get yourself a you guys know what I'm talking about. We didn't need a Magmarizer. We just went and caught ourselves that poke. Keeping an eye out for this Gabite, like or the Gibble. I mean, we did freaking get the tier 3 of the evolution. We got the final of the evolution chain. So you would expect that the lesser stuff would be easier to find. But apparently that is not how this stuff works. Remember when I was convinced I already had a Zubat? Those were fun times. I don't think any of these are going to be PP ups, so I don't actually know why I'm bothering to go after some of these. Not PP ups, Everstones, that's it. I know some of the stuff, like, we just got recently, so you'd think I'd know what it is. Now, this area is... There we go. So here's the Gibble. This is what we were looking for right here. Okay, so I still need the intermediate thing, and no, here's the problem. We are currently on my my shield file. Now, naturally, because we are on my shield file, me getting the the lower evolution, the Gibble, does not automatically get me the higher evolution, right? And getting the higher. And what I mean by that is, like, I can evolve the Gibble to a Gabite, and then move those over into Sword, but I will still be missing a Gibble. So either I need to find a Gabite in here somewhere, which may be doable, or I'm going to need to breed a Gibble, which is not the most terrible thing. It's a land shark Pokemon. Gibble attacks anything that moves, and it drags whatever it catches into the crevice that is its lair. Despite its big mouth, its stomach is small. So ideally, we want to find another Gibble, darn it, somewhere in the area. I don't know how likely that is going to be, so I think what's more likely is that we're going to transfer the Gibble and the Garchomp into Sword, and then evolve the Gibble in Sword. But let's take a look. I might get lucky. There might be another Gibble spawn somewhere. Like I said, I'm not going to be too hopeful. And I still have a couple more things to do. We still have to go catch 2 more Pokes, both of which are legendary. There's another Gibble. Fantastic. So we still have to catch 2 more Pokes. I have to both get to where those Pokes are, so I have to go all the way over to where I think Regirock is the one that I'm missing. So I gotta go get myself over to where Regirock is. Thankfully, that's just a hop, skip, and a jump. But I do need that Everstone. So I will need to look up where an Everstone might be in this game. I'm reasonably certain that I don't have one on this file. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, there's that ground-based move I was worried about. Just got smacked in the face. Must be sleeping. Okay, thankfully it's doing takedown. We're not affected by the sand. Darn it, but I am affected by being smacked in the face. Okay, come on. Pull out Registeel. We'll go ahead and just do this real quick. As I said, I'm reasonably certain I don't have one, so we're going to be checking on that real quick. So I'm going to grab this. We'll go ahead and evolve this real quick, like. I believe... I'm reasonably certain that I have a, that I have a rare candy in hand at the moment. Go check the bag real quick. Yep, got a rare candy. Cool. In order to use a rare candy, however, I need to actually have the poke in hand. Let's see. Crognal, I don't need you anymore. I think we are almost done. Gibble levels up, and this is going to move it to Gabite. This means I only have 1 more poke to handle before we are 100% done, and that is done. That is done entirely with Pokemon. Gabite's data will be added to the Pokedex. Cave Pokemon, jewels are buried in the caves these Pokemon nest in, but you'll be torn apart by claws and fangs the moment you enter one of these caves. Well, that's bad. Okay, folks. Catch you again in a second when I am getting ready to get our last Regi. Alright, we're almost done. So it is time for us to see what the electric version of this Reggie is. I will tell you, it was just as... God. Okay. It's an Ultra Beast. Oh, I just realized. Oh, I can't paralyze this thing. It's electric. Oh, God, that sucks. Okay. Yeah, so, it was just as much of a pain in the ass to catch the Reggies this time around as it was last time around. Just stupidly low catch rate or something, I don't know. So I'm not looking forwards to this one. I have a feeling that this one will be a tremendous pain in the butt to actually catch. Doesn't help that my dog is freaking out due to a rainstorm. But... And unfortunately, on this file, I don't have anything capable of, like, hypnosis or anything like that. So I actually do not have any way to get a status effect on this thing. Turns out I also only have 24 Pokeballs. Actually, let's, I know I have Quick Balls. Let's try to use those first, because we're only a couple of turns in. Seems like its moveset is not particularly amazing. Now, I forget how many turns until Quick Balls are no longer a worthy thing to use. It's like 8 or 9. But we're, you know, very rapidly reaching that point, and it's going to die due to Thunder Cage. Yep. Yeah, there's really not much I actually have in the way of, abilities here. Do one more quick ball and we'll move back to Ultras. We just gotta kind of hope that I don't actually need the, paralysis to actually make this happen. Because I only have 23 Ultra Balls, and I know that sounds like a lot of Ultra Balls. It really isn't. And not being able to do anything, like, I can't paralyze it because it's electric. So the best we can hope for is Sleep, but Sleep only lasts for so many turns. So definitely not one of those things that I can just do and just kind of go for. Come on, I need more than one shake. I need 3 shakes and a click. We're gonna have to heal up on Calyrex sooner rather than later. Come on, you. Come on. No! This is gonna take so long. And it is kind of infuriating, because like I said, this is the very last thing that we have to do as part of the entirety of the Pokemon Sword and Shield playthrough. Thank you. Okay, we got it. Okay. So, now that I've done this, I have one final thing to do with you guys, and that is I'm going to transfer these pokes. There's the Regieleki, Electron Pokemon. Its entire body is made up of a single organ that generates electrical energy. Regieleki is capable of creating all Galar's energy. Remember, you know, 1,000 years, no energy. Okay. So now that we've done this, I basically have one last thing to do, and that is that I'm going to transfer these Pokemon into Sword, which will kind of automatically complete my Sword Pokedex. And then I only have one Pokemon I need for the Living Dex. I unfortunately need another Cub Fu, which is somewhat obnoxious, actually, because what that's going to mean is I have to create another file. I have to transfer all these over, create a brand new file, get to the point where I can go to where I can go to the Isle of Armor, and then I have to go. Actually, I have to go to the Crown Tundra first, get a Pokemon that's high enough that I can actually do stuff in Isle of Armor, and then come back. It's a whole mess. It's basically what the speed run does now. So I got to do all that. So when I catch you guys next time, it'll be after I do a bunch more hours of gameplay, and I will be with a completed living dex for Sword and Shield, and we'll go see what the reward is for finishing the dex. I'll catch you guys in a minute. Okay, folks, the beast has been slain. It is done. We go look at our Pokedex. Crown Tundra, caught 210, seen 210. Complete. We have a full and complete living dex. Now, one thing I did learn, and this is a little bit obnoxious, let me kind of show this off to you guys. You'll notice that we do have Calyrex here. Let me make some slight adjustments, because this should look a little bit more like this. So what I did learn is that you have Calyrex here. Now, what's interesting is that Calyrex is a combined Pokemon. It actually is two different Pokemon in one, and you might say, no duh, that's what the storyline was, but you don't necessarily realize that I am being straight up with you. If we go over to... actually need to have it in my party. So let me pop Calyrex here into my party. So if I go over and go into my my key items, the very last key item I have, or second last one apparently, the Reigns of Unity. If I use the Reigns of Unity on Calyrex, it actually splits Calyrex from Calyrex itself into Calyrex plus Spectrier. Transforming it makes it lose some abilities, lose some moves, but that gives us the two unique items. This is only important, it's not important to the dex, because as you saw, I do indeed have everything in the Pokedex. What's notable about this, the important thing about this, and this is obnoxious as all hell, is that if it is a combined poke, so if you have the horse and the rider combined into one, you are completely unable to transfer it. You can't transfer it into Pokemon Home. You can't trade it and like that. So I was sitting here beating my head against this, trying to figure out why can't I transfer it, and then I went and looked up, and I found on Google that it's because it's combined. Pokemon has actually done this before. They did it with what was like Curium and Zekrom or whatever it was. In I think it was like Black and White 1. They had, or maybe it was Black and White 2. They had this combined thing, and I was actually gonna call it. Actually, when we first saw Calyrex combined with Spectrier here, I was actually going to mention, I wonder if I can split them, and then I didn't, the game didn't say anything, and I was a little bit surprised by that, because this game has tutorialized many things, and yet it didn't say a damn thing about this key item. Now, keep in mind, it did tell us we have the key item, but it didn't say the key item was actually usable. If we go look at the key items that we have in this game, you know, Mark Charm is not usable. You know, the Rotom Bike is not usable. You know, the Style Card is not usable. These are all items that we have, but they don't actually do anything. So I didn't expect the Reigns of Unity to actually do something. So worth noting, they have done this many times. A lot of the, especially the mythical Pokemon, I can name the whatever the genie Pokemon was, the pink one. There's like a bottle used on it that transforms it. So they've done this a number of times. But yeah, so if you're ever curious what's up with that, that is it. So we got Calyrex, we got the Spectrier, we have the Glastrier. Let's see, what else were we missing? We're missing Regieleki. That is here now. We were also missing, let's see, make our way up here, kind of look and see what's going on. Not that set of dragons. There's the Kabuto and Gible, Gabite, Garchomp. So, now that I've confirmed that I am 100% on the Pokedex, let us go have a chit-chat with her. Yep, here's my Crown Tundra Pokedex. 210 Pokemon seen, 210 Pokemon caught. We finally did it. We have completed our Crown Tundra Pokedex. Thanks to hard work, she has made remarkable progress in her research. So glad that Ash can help me. Hereby certify your achievement of completing the Crown Tundra Pokedex. May this great accomplishment be celebrated by all. Commemorate your great achievement. Let me add something special to your league card. Done. Please also take this as a token of my gratitude. The replica state crown. Okay. And 50 rare candies. How useful. 3 gold bottle caps. Okay, so that allows me to do stat stuff. Interesting. You've done something not everyone can do. Congratulations. Okay. I was wondering if there was going to be like an extra charm or something like that. This means that we have 100% completed everything. Well, not like everything, but I've 100% completed the Pokedex, which is what I originally set out to do. More notably, let me go ahead and Calyrex can be in my thing here. Let's go pop on over to box 1, and as I kind of scroll through the boxes, you'll note that every single box is 100% full of the exact Pokemon that belong in each of these spots. Except you. You don't belong there. That goes in the forms box. But I did it. You know, I went. I actually had to restart. It's an interesting story, actually. I restarted my Pokemon Shield campaign. You guys saw that in the previous sections of this episode, I'd mentioned there was a speed run file, which is absolutely true. I use Shield for speed running whenever I want to do it. So Shield's my speed run file. So I actually deleted my files, that way I could start over again after I got the other Urshifu that you guys saw, the Fighting Dark version. I restarted again to get Cubfu, and I followed the current speedrunning route. The current speedrunning route, at least last I saw, is that you go, as soon as possible, you go to the Crown Tundra, immediately jump into Max Raid. What's interesting is that in the Crown Tundra and the Max Raid, the Pokemon are level 60+, 60 to 70. And I picked up a Golurk, and then continued on and went immediately onto the Isle of Armor. And what was notable about this is that there are many places in the game, especially the Wild Zone, that the level of the Pokemon there are based on how far you've gotten in the game. So if you haven't even gotten to the first gym, Pokemon are around level 10 to level 15, and they kind of go up from there. So as notable as I had this level 60 Golurk, and when I was doing the forced battles against the rival in the Isle of Armor expansion, the rival's Pokemon were level 10 to 20. So my Golurk was one-shotting everything, which was kind of hysterical. I now see why they use that routing. Very, very cool stuff. But I went and got that Urshifu. Let's see. I should have just about everything else in there. Here is the Zarude. Here's the normal Executor that I have, the non-Alolan form. There's my Spiritomb that we got. There's the Gabite and everything like that. I did go ahead and breed all of my interims. So what this means at the end of the day, as I move Executor over to my alternate forms box. What this means at the end of the day is that I have, at least for Pokemon Sword and Shield, I have a complete living dex, which was, at the end of the day, exactly what I was looking for. This is exactly what we wanted. There are still Pokemon that I haven't picked up yet, so there is a list of Pokemon that you can get specifically in the the Max Raid Adventure Den thing in Crown Tundra. There's a bunch of Pokemon like these guys. If you ignore Keldeo is the exception here. But if you look at these guys, all of these guys are from the Max Raid Dens. The starters you just pick up normally, but the rest of these guys are all the specialty Pokemon, the one at the very end. And there's an entire list of them that you can get, and you get one per file. These two I picked up for my Shield copy, so they don't actually count. But I could go in there and collect all of them. They don't actually add into the Pokedex at all, and the thing is, I actually have all of these. Like, these are extras to me. I know for a fact that I have, like, probably 3 Lunalas in Pokemon Home and at least 2 Necrozmas. So none of those are really special to me. I absolutely have Combuskin. I definitely have Suicune. I got it from Alpha Sapphire. Same with these spirits. By the way, I was talking about earlier, and we were picking up these three that I had thought that they were legendary spirits, not the horses or the whatever these things are. These are the spirits I was talking about. If you're unaware of which pokes I was talking about, you can get the normal forms of the legendary birds. There's this entire list of pokes that you can pick up from there. But like I said, they don't apply to the Pokedex, and I already have them. So I don't have this tremendous impetus to chase this down. So what this means at the end of the day, guys, is that at this point, I am now considering Pokemon Sword and Shield to effectively be 100% complete. At least for the goals that I originally set, which was Pokedex completion and Living Dex completion. Naturally, there's everything from, shiny hunting that I don't have any particular interest in. There's marks. I never really understood what marks are, but apparently there are special shiny-like things that you can get on certain Pokemon. I don't know where it tracks this. I don't know where it tracks this, but there is a such thing as a mark, and it's kind of a rare thing you can get. We have a key item that we got for completing the Crown Tundra dex. This one, the Mark Charm. Serious and unique charm that increases the chance of finding a Pokemon with a mark. But I don't know what that really is, and also it's just like shinies. It's just hunting for a rare chance, and you guys already know that my luck is not good enough to actually go after the stuff. So it's not going to happen. I am also not a competitive player, and there's a variety of like unique things that I could probably go hunt down. But honestly, all of that just kind of continues to expand a game that I consider to be good. And considering that I've been working on this game off and on since its release in 2019, I think that we are good to go. So this is going to be the end of the RPG-style Pokemons for now. We still have some work to do on Pokemon Snap that you guys will eventually see on YouTube. That'll happen at some point in the future. And then, of course, the Pokemon Gen 4 remakes coming out later on this year. That will be my next Pokemon challenge. But for now, this is it, guys. We are all done. I finally get to save, having done everything I set out to do. It just flowed after me. Oh my god, it just slowly floats after. You know, there is one thing I've been meaning to do. Hold on. I lied. There's one other thing I was meaning to do. I was looking at it. This. Oh, wait. There we are. I was looking at this when I was in the Isle of Armor expansion, and I can't help myself. Oh man, I was hoping it was going to be so much bigger than that. I mean, let's not lie. This thing is gigantic. But I was kind of hoping it would be slightly bigger than that. Let's try one other thing. How big does it look in Pokemon Camp? It is even smaller in Pokemon Camp, if you can believe it. Well, that's interesting. That's glorious. That's fantastic. That's so good. We never really messed around with the camp much. There's also, there is admittedly, at least one other thing, that I could have done, which is the curry dex. Making every curry in the game. There actually are rewards for doing that. Different balls that you have access to. Different toys, so on and so forth. So there are some things like that that you can actually look at. glorious. But those are not going to be... oh my god, they got experience for that. These are not going to be things that we're going to do. We are calling it done. That's going to be it. So thank you for watching, guys. I do appreciate you all. Thank you for sticking with me for this incredibly long journey we have been on when it comes to Pokemon Sword and Shield. Like I said back at the end of Sword originally, I find these games to be absolutely fantastic. I adore them. I think they are fantastic Pokemon games, and the amount of hours I have sank into these games is an awful lot. So, very fun for me. I'm going to enjoy when the next ones come out. But for now, thanks for watching, guys. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next series.